Namaste. I'm making a series on spiritual awakening processes. This is the second part in it. The link to the other parts in this series is in the description box below. In today's part, I'll be talking about common experience that extends all types of spiritual transformations. That is, seeing snakes in dreams and visions. This is a common thread that runs through the fabric of spiritual transformation. No matter what type of spiritual transformation you're undergoing, each one of us, we experience dreams on snakes or visions of various serpents and snakes. There are certain phases in our life where we experience these snake dreams more. What do these dreams mean? What is the effect that they have on us? How do they help us heal from inside? What should we do when we see these snake dreams is what I'm going to talk about today. Seeing dreams and snakes is not a recent phenomenon. Our ancestors too, they saw these snake dreams. They had the wisdom to understand these dreams. They understood that these dreams transform us from inside. There's a deep healing that is happening when we are seeing these dreams. In various earlier civilizations, you have these gods and goddesses. They represented snakes, worship of snakes, respecting the deities that were associated with snakes was very normal in earlier civilizations. And even to this day in India, we have certain days that are dedicated to worshipping Nagas or the serpents. In North, it is celebrated as Nag Panchami, and in the southern India, it is celebrated as Nagula Chavti. Apart from that, we have other auspicious days in India where the snake is worshipped because we see the snake as a representation of our inner spiritual energy. And this inner spiritual energy has the capability to heal us from a very deep level. And this phase where you see these snake dreams, they hold a lot of spiritual significance in your life. In earlier civilizations, you had the gods and goddesses that were represented in the snake form. For example, the Celtic goddess, the Egyptian pharaohs, you can see them with the snakes, the Chinese dragon, and various other gods, goddesses associated with the snake energy. People understood that this energy represented healing. They understood that this energy, when it is tapped, the person becomes wiser. The vibration frequency of the person rises up because of the help of this energy. Because of the increased vibration, the person has healed through his karma, through his mental issues, through his emotional issues, his physical level. The body mind is functioning at an optimal level, and this person has access to the information that is beyond the physical realm. This energy has the ability to transform us, to heal us, and to bless us so that we can evolve further in the spiritual path. Kundalini energy is also represented in form of the snake. Apart from Kundalini awakening process, we have other types of spiritual awakening processes which I will be discussing in the coming videos. Even in this type of processes, the person will encounter a lot of snake dreams or visions. And this is why many people who are undergoing a spiritual transformation link this type of transformation to the Kundalini energy. The difference between a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening is In a spiritual awakening, a person is healed because of this uh, transformation that is going on in his body, and the vibrational level of the person is increased. It increases to the level where now this person can experience his pranic sheath or the pranamaya kosha. He is able to heal himself from inside. In a Kundalini awakening process, you have the Kundalini in the snake form, the serpent goddess, which is sleeping, which is dormant at the base of the spine. This goddess wakes up. This energy moves up through the spine. It activates all the chakras when it is moving up the spine. The various deities that are there at every level, they come to life, and you can see them at various centers in your body. Ultimately, this energy, that is the Kundalini energy, it blesses the person. It cleanses away his various koshas or various layers. It transforms him into a divine being, and it brings him out of these cycles of life and death. So the difference between a spiritual transformation and the Kundalini transformation is that the spiritual transformation helps a person to reach a certain level of vibrational state from where he needs to work further up till he gets to awaken the Kundalini. Whereas the Kundalini awakening process, it takes the individual up. It takes him out of the cycles of life and death. Once the Sahasrara chakra, that is the crown chakra here, once that opens and Kundalini goes through it, the next step of evolution, that is now you're gone beyond the human state of existence. So the next level of existence gets open to this person. But no matter what type of transformation you're undergoing, you will see the snakes, even in a spiritual transformation and even in a Kundalini awakening process. Now the question arises, does Kundalini look like a snake? I've read in many books and many speakers saying that the snake is just symbolic representation of the Kundalini and that this does not look like a snake. In my experience, I have seen the kind of coiled snake when the Kundalini was awakened. And even to this day, I see this energy in the form of a snake in my third eye region. The reason why the universe chose to look in this form is because in reptiles, they have this ability to transform themselves. It discards the old skin and regenerates itself, it transforms itself. In the same way, when we look at lizards, when their tail is cut off, they can regenerate another tail. So the ability to transform and to regenerate at a new level is present inherently in these reptiles. And that is why this energy looks like a snake in your dreams or visions. This energy simply means that it is a transformational energy. You will experience this in certain phases of life where when somebody is very depressed, they have a lot of pain to process, they're very traumatized, they're very ill. So many old things are coming up into the memory which is bothering them. Generally, what happens is when we are undergoing a bad situation, we try to repress the situation in our memory and we try to go on with our life because that is the easy way of dealing with an external situation. But during this phase, all that is repressed comes out. And now we have to face these memories or we have to face these bad emotions or these negative feelings, the underlying ideas that we hold, our belief systems, everything is thrown into our face. And we are there staring at this, and that depresses us. Apart from this, even the external situation in our life, it falls apart. That is, the maybe the person whom you loved has left you or betrayed you. Maybe you have lost your income or your job. Maybe there's some kind of strain in relationships that you are experiencing. Physical health gets affected, mental health gets affected. Maybe the situation, your life situation itself is causing you a lot of suffering. So many things put together, all these things put together, they contribute to the bad phase that this person is going through. And this bad phase takes a person down even further. So he's touched rock bottom in his life. During this phase, the person sees a lot of serpentine dreams. The reason that the person sees these dreams is there is an inbuilt mechanism in our body that is trying to pull us up, pull us out of this trauma. It is trying to pull you out of the uh, new low level that you have reached. So it is trying to pull you out of it. And when you are in this phase, you will see these snake dreams in your life. It is telling you, wake up, heal yourself. And this is when you see these snake dreams. Apart from that, even in Kundalini awakening, or when you are spiritually evolving and raising your vibration, even in that phase, you will see these serpentine dreams. And these dreams are telling you that you're healing yourself internally, that you're on the right path, and that all those messages of inner healing, of your inner divinity, they all come in form of these serpentine dreams. As I said earlier, if somebody has touched that rock bottom in their life and now there is no other way but going up in life, that is when they have these dreams. These dreams, they transform the person, they heal the person at a very deep inner level when he adopts the right practices during this time. This phase where somebody sees serpentine dreams, I think, is the best phase of their life because you have tapped into your inner healing energy. So, how do you use this energy? The best way of using this energy to heal you is to meditate, singing, dancing in the sense traditional dances, forming loving bonds with people whom you trust, spending time with loving animals or around plants, doing pranayama or breathing exercises, doing yoga, psychotherapy, or bathing in rivers and seas, maintaining silence, fasting, chanting mantras, or visiting certain old spiritual places which fills you with calmness, spending time in nature, playing with children. All these things, they rejuvenate your system. So when you see these snake dreams, this is the way you're supposed to spend your time. If you can create a conscious relationship with the deity will also help you to come out of this phase. This is the crucial phase in your life where you are healing from a very deep level. And once you have crossed this stage, you have healed yourself, you will realize that your body vibrational level has suddenly increased in that phase. You are a different person now. Your belief systems have changed. Your thought processes are new now. The way you look at the world is different. And now you are attracting abundance. You're attracting good people into your life. You are attracting situations which are ideally good for you in this life. This phase is like a phase where all the old water, dirty water gets washed away, and in that place new clean water comes. That is what this phase is all about. There is a story in Vishnu Puran where the Devas, they wanted the elixir that will give them immortality. They approached Lord Vishnu. This elixir was at the bottom of the Milky Ocean. This had to be churned and removed out. The mountain named Mandara was brought to churn the ocean, and the Vasuki, the Naga, became the rope. The Devas on one side and the Asuras on one side, they churned the Milky Ocean. When this churning was happening, first what came out of this was poison. The poison was swallowed by Lord Shiva and it was held in his throat, and he did this to save the worlds from the poisonous effects of this deadly poison. Later, the elixir, it came out, and the devas had this elixir. So there is the story in Vishnu Puran, which is a very interesting story. If possible, please read it. The reason why I'm mentioning this story here is our inner spiritual process is also like a churning process. We are churning inside. So what comes out first is the poison. We are purging. We are purging negative emotions. We are purging all that which is of lower in vibration. All that which is getting churned, it is getting removed, and this is poison. So our system is getting rid of this poison. It is only when we get rid of this poison that the elixir, the good things or the positive things start happening to us. So purging is a very necessary step in the spiritual evolutionary process. It is during this purgatory stage that you will see these serpents in dreams. This purgatory stage even signifies a very deep healing stage in your life. If you are familiar with Indian astrology, you have the shadow planet, that is Ketu. So when somebody is undergoing a spiritual transformation, it is generally during this Ketu phase, Ketu Mahadasa phase, that they undergo a lot of spiritual transformation or vibrational change in their body. In my case, I had a Kundalini awakening in this Ketu phase. I think Ketu is called as Koda or tail of dragon in the Western astrology. During this phase, anything that you take on, that is chanting of mantras or trying to uh, pray to a deity, this is the phase which will actually propel your spiritual awakening process. In India, they offer milk to Nagas, or they offer egg or sesame seeds along with jaggery, or rice flour along with jaggery. These are all offered to the Naga, especially milk. And the reason they do that is in the Kundalini awakening process, as I said earlier, the Kundalini looks like a snake. Once Amrita, that is there here, this is the bliss chakra. This is connected to your pineal gland. From this point, the Amrita starts dripping. The elixir, it starts dripping inside the body. Once the elixir starts dripping inside the body, in your vision, you will see the snake rushing up into your head, and it goes to that point where the elixir is dripping, the Amrita is dripping, and it will start drinking that Amrita. As a symbolic representation of what happens inside our body, we offer milk to the cobra or the snake on Nag Panchami or Nagal Chauthi. So when we are doing this, somewhere inside us, at a very deep level, we have this memory that the Kundalini snake that is there at the base, it has to move up through your spine to drink this Amrita. So this is one way where the earlier people, they wanted to keep this secrets intact, and they are made part of our rituals so that the future generation does not forget this great transformation that can happen through the snake energy. Not only these food that we offer to the snake, we even get these mud from the snake pit. It is brought home and then it is made part of certain ceremonies or pujas. That is because the snake has lived in that ant hill earlier, and the energy of that snake is still there in the soil. So, this soil represents the transformatory power of the serpent. Bringing this soil into the house, it allows us to transform the lower energies in our home into higher energies. So typically this kind of uh, praying to the serpent, people do it because they want to heal themselves. They want to keep their children in a healthy state in body and mind. They want to attract higher knowledge, prosperity, abundance, happiness. And people understand the link between the energy of the snake and all these high vibrational things. So when we are in high vibration, we attract abundance. We attract good relationships. We attract happy situations into our life. We attract respect, we attract good health. So all these things happen to us when we're in a high vibrational state. People understand that this snake energy has the capacity to transform the lower negative energies into the higher positive vibrational states. How does the snake energy heal us? That is what I'm going to talk about now. We have many different sheets. In the picture here, the inner area where you see the Om written, that is where our Jivatma or the individual consciousness resides. This is covered in layers. The most inner of all layers is the Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss sheath, and this is part of your causal body. Then comes the Vijnanamaya Kosha and Manomaya Kosha, which is part of your subtle body. Then comes Pranamaya Kosha, which is your pranic sheath, and then the Annamaya Kosha, which is the physical body. So we are covered in many different layers. When we fall sick, we have some disease, we go to the doctor. The disease is in the physical body. So the doctor gives us some medication to treat the ailment in the physical body. So here the treatment is happening at the surface level because you look at the picture, you can see that the physical body is the outermost sheath. But how do we get a disease or how do we attract bad things or negative things into our life? This happens because of certain unprocessed karma that is there within our system. And where does this karma lie? It lies deep inside the causal body. The blue area which is there around Om, you can call that the causal body. So that is where the karmic baggage of many lifetimes exists. And when our bad karma, it comes to fruition, then the effects start coming down through the various layers that are there, and it comes and manifests at the physical level as a disease. For example, say I have a bad karma, and because of that karma, I'm supposed to suffer. So that suffering, it gets the signal or the information that I have to suffer moves from the causal body to the subtle body, that is the my mental sheath. Now I start undergoing a lot of agitation in the mind. I feel low uh, energy inside my mind. I cannot focus on anything. I'm unhappy. I have no peace. It manifests at that level in that way. Then it comes to Pranamaya Kosha. The Pranamaya Kosha is where your Vayus are moving. If somebody experiences spinning of chakras or movement of Vayus, this is happening in your pranic sheath. This is the sheath in which the chi is moving. So now this bad karma, when it comes into the Pranamaya Kosha, the Vayus, there are certain specific movements or certain zones in which they're supposed to move. When they do not move like that, it causes disease in the physical body. So this communication that I'm supposed to go through a bad phase affects me mentally. Now with the pranic sheath, it changes the movement of my vayus, or it affects the vayus negatively. So the vayus now are not moving in the prescribed manner. So any wrong movement of these vayus will manifest as disease in the physical sheath or the Annamaya kosha. But when we go to the doctor, we are just taking a tablet or maybe some kind of treatment to treat ourselves or our ailments at the physical level. So this is happening at a surface level. But your other sheaths are not influenced by this medication which you are taking at the physical sheath. Now, please take your medicines. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to do it, but I'm just trying to give you an idea as to how snake energy helps us to heal from a very deeper level here. Now, if somebody is into pranayama, they do a lot of breathing exercises, then they can influence the pranic movements or the movements of vayus within the pranamaya kosha. So the effect of those kinds of activities is at the second level, that is the pranamaya kosha. Say I meet a psychologist or a psychiatrist or undergo some kind of psychotherapy and I start feeling better, then that level of medication is affecting your manomaya kosha. Because you're feeling good at your manomaya kosha level, it will show, the effect of that will show on your physical body. So the effect of this kind of treatment is there till your third layer, but it is still not reaching your causal body. For deep healing, we are supposed to heal at the causal level. That is where the karma is stored. The karma that is stored at the causal level should be burnt up. When the karma which is stored at the causal level is burnt up, we come out of the lower vibrational situation in our life very quickly. Instead of suffering for many years, this sudden transformation happens and our vibration level increases and pulls us out of that situation. So this is where the snake energy comes into play. Now, what is it that can penetrate through all these sheets and work at the causal level to heal your karma at that level? That is the Kundalini. Kundalini alone can pierce through all these koshas, reach up to the causal level, and burn up all the karmic residue that is there, good or bad. And it can give you moksha or liberation. Kundalini energy is serpentine energy, and spiritual energy is also serpentine energy. The Kundalini has this power or this ability to move through all these layers, pierce through all these layers, and reach the causal level and burn up all the karma that is stored at the causal level, liberating the person from life and death. Only Kundalini has that kind of power. It can raise your vibrational level in a shorter period of time, maybe in a lifetime or two. You are a totally transformed person from the state where a person is of animalistic in nature. Kundalini can transform this person, raise his vibration to a level where he transforms into a divine being. That is what Kundalini can do to a person. As I said earlier, when we have these snake dreams or the serpent dreams, even in a spiritual transformation process, please understand when you see these dreams that now during this phase where you're seeing these dreams, you have access to your causal body. That this serpentine energy is dealing with your inner karmic baggage which is present at the causal level. This serpentine energy is a bridge through which you can access your causal body. It links all your koshas together, and because this has linked all the koshas together and it has access to the causal body, it can burn up the karmic debris, at least part of it, which is affecting you right now. At a very deeper level, it can burn up that karma that is there in the causal body. And because it has this reach or access to the causal body, it brings about a deep healing which cannot be reached otherwise through any other form of medication or through any other way or means. So once that karma gets cleared from inside, so this kind of cleansing is happening from a very deep level. It is happening from the causal level. So whatever baggage you have at the causal level will affect you at the physical level. A total and complete healing happens not at the surface, but this happens at the causal level. And serpentine energy alone can do that to you. When you see the serpent dreams or the snake dreams, this is the phase where you're supposed to disconnect from unnecessary drama in your life. Make time for mantra chanting. You kind of form connection with the deity, because whatever uh, sadhana you do during this phase will bear a lot of fruit. I agree that this phase will be a very difficult phase for the person, because the karma at the causal level is getting burnt up quickly. So the person's life situation will be bad because of all that negativity that is getting released from him. But the person has to cooperate and understand that this is a temporary phase. After this phase passes away, then comes the higher vibrational state. Now he will start accessing, or he will start experiencing the pranic sheath and the other sheaths. He gets wiser with these experiences. His karma gets cleared away, most of it in a shorter span of time. Because of that, his vibration level immediately or tremendously increases. So during this phase, the best thing to do is to fast, to meditate, to chant mantras, to pray to a deity, if possible, to pilgrimage, have bath in rivers and seas. Seas especially have magnesium in abundance. So during this phase, your body will need magnesium. So if you can take magnesium supplements or use Epsom salts or take sea baths, please do it. It will help you a lot, especially on certain days where it is the full moon day. That is even better for taking baths in the sea or in a nice clean river. So the things we should do when we have the snake dreams or the serpentine dreams is, please do not resist this transformation. Welcome it into your life. I understand that this will be a bad phase. Maybe you are rock bottom in your life and external situation is also very bad. But please understand that inner healing requires your cooperation. We should allow this transformation to happen in us. Once we have worked through our karma, we have purged, the serpentine energy will bless you. It will bless you with positive energy. It will bless you with abundance. It will bless you with higher wisdom. We should understand that during this phase, we are speeding the transformatory process. And whatever is going to happen after this process will bring about a lot of positivity into your life. We have to partner in this healing process, because this process is not happening at a surface level. It is happening from a much deeper level. A good physical body and a strong mind, they are crucial for the transformation to happen. Our ancestors, they have understood the importance of this phase in a person's life. Hence, especially in India, there are a lot of rituals that are associated around praying to the snake energy. Because when you're praying to this serpentine energy, you are actually understanding the spiritual energy that is existing within you. That is what this external snake uh, symbology you see in the form of pictures or in the form of rituals you see. It is just your spiritual energy and the ability to transform you spiritually in a very short span of time is there in the snake energy. And that is why in many deities in India, you will see them adorned with snakes. And that is why when you have these dreams in your life, please welcome them. Please partner with them. Once this phase has completed in your life, it will take you to a very higher vibrational state. Thank you.